everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's Dani. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to knit this beautiful neck warmer. It is super big, super cozy and chunky, perfect for the cold winter days. It is super simple to make, and it only takes 1 hour or even less if you knit a little bit faster. So before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it already. And also remember that I'm gonna leave the link to all the materials that I'm using in this video in the description box, so you can go ahead and check it out so you can have the same materials that I'm using in this video. So now let's get started. So for this project, I'm gonna be using Wool is Thick and Quick by a Lion brand. This is a category 6, and I'm gonna be using 2 skeins because we're gonna work holding 2 strands of yarn together. So here you have all the information. Each skein comes with 170 grams, 97 meters, and is a super bulky category 6. I'm using the color Butterscotch, if you're wondering. You're also gonna need a 20mm knitting needles. These ones are circular, and we're gonna work in the round, so you're gonna need circular knitting needles. I'm gonna leave the link to the same exact ones that I'm using in the description box. They sell them separately, the knitting needles and the cable. I'm gonna be using a 24-inch cable, but if you can get one that is a little bit smaller, that will be preferable. You will also need for this project your tapestry needle and of course your scissors. So to begin, we're gonna try to find the center of the yarn. You know that sometimes it's a little bit tricky, but do your best. I was lucky with this one. And now, like I said at the beginning, we're gonna work holding 2 strands of yarn together. This is gonna make our project go super fast. So we're gonna need approximately 2.5 meters of yarn to cast on our stitches. So using the long tail cast on method, you're gonna cast on 35 stitches on your needles. So you know everyone has a different method to cast on. Use the one that is more comfortable for you or the one you were taught how to do, and cast on 35 stitches. We're gonna cast on at the end an extra one to join and work in the round, but this is just to join the round. We're gonna drop the stitch later, and we need only 35 stitches on our needles. So now that we are done, here we have 35 stitches. Like I said, I'm gonna cast on an extra one so I can join the round. So now I have 36, but I'm gonna drop this stitch in just a moment. So like I said, with your 24-inch cable, the first couple of rounds will be a little bit tight, but it gets better after round 4 or 5. So if you have the 24-inch, and that's okay, it's gonna get easier after a couple of rounds. Okay, but if you can get a smaller cable, then that will be better. I don't know if they have 18-inch, maybe maybe not. Okay, so now to join the round, what we're gonna do is grab the stitch from the left needle, gonna slide it onto the right needle, and then we're gonna grab the stitch behind, and we're gonna pull it over the stitch and then off the needle. And so that's how we lost the stitch that we just created for this purpose. So again, we have 35 stitches on our needles. And now I know we're not gonna have a super big stitch marker. So what you can do instead is grab a piece of yarn that is a contrast color. Just make a knot, snip, and you can use this as your stitch marker to know exactly where your round begins. So now for round number 1, we're going to knit 1 and then purl 1, then knit and purl, knit and purl, knit and purl. We're gonna alternate knit and purl, starting with the knit stitch, then purl, knit, purl. We're gonna be doing for this Neckwarmer the what's it called, the seed stitch. That's the name, the seed stitch. So if you know how to do the seed stitch, then you are more than good. Now continue all the way around. Now for round number 2, we're gonna start now with the purl stitch. So if you have a knit stitch, now you're gonna do purl stitch, then you're gonna do the knit, then purl, and then knit. And that's how you're gonna start alternating round 1 and 2. So remember, round number 1 is knit, purl, knit, purl. Round number 2 is purl, knit, purl, knit. So continue doing this all the way around. Now round 3, it's gonna be the same as round 1. We have a purl stitch in here, which means we have to start with a knit stitch. Knit 1, purl 1. And I created this pattern with 35 stitches specifically so you know if you finish the last round with a purl stitch, the next round you have to start with a knit stitch. So basically you can continue working in the round. Just if you don't want to use your stitch marker, that's also okay. So you're gonna continue until you have completed 38 rounds. And now we're gonna cast off the stitches. To do that, I'm gonna use this big crochet hook, but you can use whatever method you know to cast off your stitches. What I like to do in here is grab the last stitch, put it on my hook, and then I'm gonna do the same thing as if I was using my knitting needles. I'm gonna knit 1 with my crochet hook, and gonna pull through and then pull through the loop that I had on my hook, just like that. Now I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna knit 1 with my crochet hook, pull the yarn through, and then pull that loop through the loop that was on my hook. And this makes it extremely easy and faster. Now don't do this super tight because you want the opening of your Neckwarmer to be stretched enough for you to, you know, pull your head through and to make it super nice and a little bit baggy. So don't do this super tight. Now continue doing this. If you don't have a crochet hook, just use your needles. You don't need the crochet hook, it's just I really like this method. Now when you're done, all you gotta do is snip the yarn, pull the yarn through, and grab your tapestry needle. Now we have a little gap in here that it's not very noticeable, but I like to close it. So we're gonna close it with a little stitch just like this that I've showed in my previous videos. Just like that. And now all we have to do is weave in the ends and then make a knot, cut the yarn, and we're gonna do the same thing with the cast on tail. Weave in the ends, make a little knot, and then just like that you have finished your beautiful, super squishy and warm Neckwarmer. Like I said, this project is so fast. It's one of my best sellers at Marcus as well because it's so cozy, and who doesn't like a super chunky Neckwarmer? And yes, in here in the video you see the color is a little bit more orange because filters. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If so, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please leave comments. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below, and if you have any suggestions as well, you can also leave that down below. Remember, you have the link to the reading pattern on my blog, and you can also purchase the PDF pattern that is free of ads and that includes everything that you need to know for this project. And remember that you have the link to the materials also in the description box of this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye!